Apple does not simply want to release another iPhone. It wants your current phone to suddenly feel old. Think about that. Your camera may still work perfectly. Your battery may still last most of the day. Your apps may still open quickly. So how does Apple convince you to spend more than $1,000 again? It creates a problem. Then it presents the iPhone 18 Pro Max as the solution. Do you want professional camera control? There may be a new variable aperture lens. Do you hate charging during the day? A bigger battery may be coming. Does the dynamic island look too large? Apple may make it smaller. Are you worried your phone will not handle future AI features? Apple may introduce its first 2nm iPhone processor. And here is the smartest part. Reports suggest Apple may not release the regular iPhone 18 in September. The Pro models could receive the entire spotlight. No cheaper iPhone 18 beside them. No easy alternative. Just the iPhone 18 Pro, the Pro Max, and possibly Apple's first foldable iPhone. Is that a normal release plan? Or is Apple creating the strongest upgrade pressure it has ever created? Today, we will examine the real reasons Apple wants us to buy the iPhone 18 Pro Max. Stay until number 1. Because Apple may not be selling you a camera, a battery, or a faster processor. It may be selling you something much more powerful. The fear of being left behind. Before we begin, subscribe and turn on notifications. I explain Apple reports in simple English. No confusing words. No fake confirmation. And answer this question in the comments: how old is your current iPhone? 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, or more than 4 years? Write only the number. Let us see which group is most ready for an upgrade. Reason 10: Apple may give the Pro models the entire stage. The first reason is timing. The iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max are expected in September 2026. But reports suggest the regular iPhone 18 may not arrive until spring 2027. That would be a major change. Apple usually launches regular and Pro iPhones together. You see the expensive Pro Max. Then you see the cheaper standard model. You compare them, and you decide how much you really need. But what happens when the cheaper iPhone 18 is not there? The Pro becomes the main new iPhone. The advertisements focus on it. The reviews focus on it. Social media focuses on it. And anyone wanting the newest iPhone in September may have to choose between the expensive Pro models and the rumored foldable device. That creates urgency. Apple does not have to tell you to buy the Pro Max. It only needs to remove the cheaper new option from the launch window. Would you wait 6 months for the regular iPhone 18? Or would you pay more and get the Pro Max immediately? Comment, wait, or buy Pro. Current reporting points to an early to mid-September unveiling for the Pro models, while the standard iPhone 18 is expected later, in spring 2027. Reason 9: Apple may make the new phone easy to recognize. People do not only buy specifications. They also buy visible change. If you spend a large amount of money, you want the new phone to look new. Apple understands this. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to keep the general 6.9-inch design and rear camera plateau introduced with the iPhone 17 Pro Max. But Apple may use smaller visual changes to make it recognizable. A smaller dynamic island, a different rear glass finish, a thicker camera section, and new colors. The design may remain familiar, but the details could tell everyone that this is the new model. That matters more than people admit. A processor is hidden, a modem is hidden, battery capacity is hidden, but a new color can be seen from across the room. A smaller dynamic island appears every time you unlock the phone. A larger camera system tells people this is not last year's device. Would you still upgrade if the iPhone 18 Pro Max looked almost identical? Or do you need a visible redesign? Write same design or new look below. Reports currently suggest a similar overall design, the same 6.9-inch size, a smaller dynamic island, and changes to the rear finish rather than a completely new body. Reason 8: Apple knows the camera sells emotion. A faster processor is useful. But processors do not create memories. Cameras do. A child's first steps, a wedding, a holiday, a family member you may not see again for months. Apple does not only market camera specifications. It markets the moments you could miss without the newest camera. That is why the iPhone 18 Pro Max camera may become Apple's strongest sales weapon. Mark Gurman has reportedly described the iPhone 18 Pro lineup as bringing one of the biggest leaps in camera hardware in years. The main camera is rumored to receive a variable aperture. The telephoto camera may receive a larger aperture. The camera plateau may also become thicker because of a larger main camera module. A variable aperture physically changes how much light enters the lens. A wider opening can help in dark scenes. It may create stronger background separation. A narrower opening can keep more of the scene in focus. That could help with landscapes and group photos. Apple could present this as professional camera control inside your pocket. But here is the real question: will normal users notice the difference? Or will Apple use one advanced feature to make every older iPhone camera feel outdated? Imagine the launch demonstration. Apple shows 2 night photos, one from an older iPhone, One from the iPhone 18 Pro Max. The new image is brighter, faces are clearer, the background looks more natural. At that moment, are you thinking about aperture technology? No. You are thinking, what if my current phone misses that shot? That is why the camera is so powerful. It turns technical improvement into emotional pressure. Would a major camera upgrade alone make you buy the phone? Comment camera yes or camera no. Reason 7. Apple wants to solve battery anxiety. Most people do not complain that their phone is too slow. They complain that the battery is dying. Battery anxiety is real. You leave home at 100%. You use navigation. You record videos. You use mobile data. You take calls. Then you check your battery before the day is over. 20%, 15%, 10%. Now imagine Apple saying, this is the longest lasting Pro Max ever. That sentence could sell millions of phones. Current reports suggest the iPhone 18 Pro Max may use a battery of approximately 1,100 to 5,200 milliamp hours. The existing iPhone 17 Pro Max is officially marketed by Apple as offering its best ever iPhone battery life, so Apple already knows battery endurance is a powerful Pro Max selling point. The larger battery may work with 3 other improvements: a more efficient display, a 2nm processor, and possibly an Apple-designed cellular modem. This combination could matter more than the battery number alone. A large battery gives you more energy. An efficient processor wastes less of it. A better modem may use less power while connected to mobile networks. And an efficient display may reduce consumption during normal use. Apple does not need to promise 2-day battery life. It only needs to promise that you can stop thinking about the charger. Would that be enough? Would you buy the iPhone 18 Pro Max if it could comfortably survive one full heavy day? Write battery first if endurance matters more than the camera. Reason 6. The A20 Pro may make older phones feel unprepared. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is expected to use the A20 Pro chip. Reports say it could be Apple's first flagship iPhone processor built on a 2nm manufacturing process. That would be the first major process node change after several generations of 3nm chips. Apple will probably talk about speed, faster photo processing, better graphics, improved gaming, quicker video editing. But raw speed may not be the real sales strategy. The more powerful message is future readiness. Apple Intelligence is becoming a larger part of the iPhone experience. Siri is expected to become more conversational. Camera features increasingly depend on computational processing. Games are becoming more demanding, and more tasks are being processed directly on the device. Apple could make users ask a dangerous question: will my current iPhone receive the best AI features? Once that doubt appears, the A20 Pro becomes more than a processor. It becomes insurance. Buyers may not need all its power today, but they may want protection against feeling outdated tomorrow. That is how future-proofing sells expensive hardware. Would you upgrade for AI features that may become useful later? Or would you wait until Apple proves they work? Comment AI now or prove IT. Reason 5. A smaller dynamic island creates a daily reminder. The dynamic island appears every day. You see it while watching videos. You see it while using applications. You see it while checking notifications. That makes it an ideal upgrade target. Reports suggest Apple may move some Face ID components under the display and reduce the visible cutout. The final design is not settled. Some reports describe a narrower dynamic island. Others suggest more hardware could move below the screen. But the strongest expectation is a cleaner front display, not the complete disappearance of every sensor. This may not sound like a life-changing feature, but it creates a constant visual difference. Every time an iPhone 18 Pro Max owner looks at the screen, the phone appears newer. Every time an older iPhone user looks at the larger cutout, the old design becomes more noticeable. Apple does not need to tell you that your screen is outdated. The difference does that automatically. Here is the question: is a smaller dynamic island a meaningful upgrade? Or is it only a design trick? Right cleaner screen or not important? Reason 4. Apple may sell connectivity as freedom. The iPhone already supports emergency satellite features in selected locations. But reports suggest Apple has explored broader 5G satellite connectivity for future iPhones. This could potentially allow more useful communication where normal cellular networks are unavailable. However, the exact capabilities, supported countries, possible fees, and launch timing remain uncertain. Why would this help Apple sell the Pro Max? Because connectivity is not only about speed, it is about safety, travel, emergencies, remote areas, and the fear of having no signal when you need it most. Apple could show someone hiking far from a city, a family driving through an empty area, or a traveler needing help without normal cellular coverage. Suddenly, satellite connectivity stops looking like a technical feature. It becomes peace of mind. Most people may rarely use it, but people often pay for safety features they hope they never need. Would satellite internet or expanded satellite messaging influence your decision? Comment satellite yes or normal 5G. Reason 3. Apple can turn creators into its sales team. Apple does not market the Pro Max only to professional filmmakers. It markets it to everyone who wants to feel like one. A small business owner, a YouTuber, a student, a parent recording family videos, a traveler posting short clips, a person creating content for the first time. When Apple shows a cinematic video recorded on an iPhone, it sends a simple message: you could make this too. Most buyers will never film a professional advertisement. But that is not the point. The phone represents possibility. The rumored variable aperture camera, improved telephoto lens, a 20 Pro processing, and longer battery life could create a strong content creator package. Then creators begin reviewing it. They upload comparison videos. They post night photographs. They test zoom. They show the new colors. Apple receives millions of demonstrations without creating every advertisement itself. People see the phone repeatedly, and repeated exposure makes the upgrade feel normal. Here is a difficult question. Do you want the iPhone 18 Pro Max because you need its camera? Or because you keep seeing other people use it? Comment honestly, I need IT or I just want IT. Reason 2. Apple may use price to make it feel more premium. A higher price normally sounds like bad news. But premium brands can use price differently. A very expensive product feels exclusive. It creates status. It makes buyers expect something special, and it can make the cheaper products in the lineup look more reasonable. The iPhone 18 Pro Max price is not confirmed. However, analysts and component cost estimates have raised the possibility of a significant increase. Current estimates have placed a possible starting price around $1,349 to $1,399, while other reports warn the final number could vary depending on Apple's margins and component costs. Memory, storage, the expected 2-nanometer processor, and new camera hardware are among the reported cost pressures. Apple could use several tools to reduce the pain: monthly payments, trade-in credit, carrier promotions, higher storage, or subscription-style upgrade options. Instead of saying the phone costs $1,399, the advertisement may focus on a monthly number. That changes how the price feels, but the total cost does not disappear. So answer this now. What is the maximum price you would pay for the iPhone 18 Pro Max? $1,199, $1,299, $1,399, or never at that price? Write only your number. This could become the biggest debate in the comments. Reason 1. Apple does not only want to sell you a phone, this is the real reason. Apple wants the iPhone to remain the center of your digital life. The iPhone connects to your Apple Watch, your AirPods, your Mac, your iPad, your Apple TV, your photos, your messages, your passwords, your health information, your subscriptions, and your accessories. The more Apple products you use, the easier they work together, and the harder it feels to leave. That is not automatically bad. The ecosystem can be convenient. AirPods connect quickly. Photos appear across devices. Calls move between products. Passwords synchronize. Files can be shared easily. But convenience has another effect. It reduces the chance that your next phone will come from another company. Apple may market the iPhone 18 Pro Max as a better camera, a longer-lasting battery, and a faster AI device. But the larger goal is continuity. Once you upgrade, you remain inside the system. You keep using the services, you keep buying accessories, and your next upgrade becomes easier to justify. This is an inference from how Apple designs and markets its connected products, not a confirmed internal statement from the company. Apple's current iPhone 17 Pro marketing already centers on performance, camera capability, battery life, and Apple Intelligence working together as one experience. Now ask yourself the most important question: are you choosing the iPhone 18 Pro Max? Or has the ecosystem already chosen for you? Comment Apple ecosystem if you use 3 or more Apple products. Comment iPhone only if the phone is your only Apple device. The one thing Apple may hope you ignore: the iPhone 18 Pro Max may be excellent. But a great product is not automatically a necessary upgrade. Your existing phone may still be fast, its camera may still be good, it may continue receiving software updates, and many of the iPhone 18 Pro Max improvements may be evolutionary rather than revolutionary. A smaller dynamic island is cleaner, but it will not transform your life. A faster processor is powerful, but normal applications may already feel quick. A variable aperture is exciting, but casual users may not notice a dramatic difference in every photograph. A larger battery is useful, but it may also make the phone thicker or heavier. The question is not, is the iPhone 18 Pro Max better? It almost certainly will be better than the previous model in several areas. The real question is it better enough for the price? That answer depends on your current phone. Who should seriously consider buying it? The iPhone 18 Pro Max may make sense for people using much older models, especially an iPhone 13 generation or earlier. Those users could notice several upgrades together: a brighter and smoother display, a major camera improvement. Better zoom, longer battery life, faster processing, USB-C, newer connectivity, and stronger support for Apple Intelligence. It may also make sense for content creators, people who record long videos, mobile photographers, heavy travelers, gamers, and users who keep one phone for 4 or 5 years. For those buyers, the high price may be easier to justify. They are not paying for 1 year of use. They are paying for several years. Who should probably wait? People using an iPhone 17 Pro Max may not need to upgrade. The current model already has Apple's A19 Pro chip, a 48-megapixel Pro camera system, up to 8x optical quality zoom, and Apple's longest advertised iPhone battery life so far. Even iPhone 16 Pro Max owners should wait for real comparisons. Do not upgrade because of a presentation slide. Wait for battery tests, camera tests, durability tests, and real pricing. Rumors create excitement. Only real-world testing creates value.